everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. All right, today's topic is dating a man who's engaged. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to those of you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, we have a letter, so let's dive right into this letter and see what she says. Is dating a married man the same as dating an engaged man? Well, pretty much. He's already committed to someone. All right, he's already taken. So, it's the same thing. Which I'm saying is, it's kind of a dead end for you, because even on the outside chance that he does not go through with the marriage, you can already see he's a cheater. So why would you want him? Okay, so that's why I say it's a dead end either way. All right, let's go on. I got stuck in a situation where I was in love with a guy. We started situationship only to tell me that he was engaged. Well, he probably told you that after you had sex with him, maybe a few times, and he saw that you were getting too involved. So to back you up, he's going to tell you that, oh yeah, by the way, I'm engaged. Okay? Yeah, that's like a slap in the face right there. I couldn't leave. I got stuck. And he kept telling me how he'd work things out and stuff. So wait a minute, how old are you? Okay, is this your first rodeo? Because you're acting like it. All right. You're calling it a situationship only because he tells you that he was engaged, when before you probably thought you were in a real relationship or the beginning of one. Because in the beginning, you say that you were in love with the guy. And really, you was infatuated with him. It wasn't love. You didn't tell me in the letter how long you had been dating this man. I've heard some of these men say that they were with a woman on the day they got married. Another woman. What is that? You see, why get married in the first place if you're not ready to settle down? And we're going to get into some of the whys, but let's go on through your letter and you see what you say. It lasted 3 months, but I ended it. I regret my actions and want to know how bad it is. Okay, I don't know what you mean by how bad it is. You regret your actions. Do you regret letting him go? Do you regret getting involved with him in the first place? Do you regret having sex with him way too soon? You didn't even know him, and you had sex with him. Okay, because see, unfortunately, in today's world, and because of media and all of that, people associate having sex with love. Having sex has nothing to do with love. Sex is just an act that gives you pleasure, or it creates a new being. Okay? That's sex. It's just an act. It's not love. But then, especially women would tag love on that. I did it because I loved him. But what does that mean when you have a one-sided situation? And a man, to get sex, he will tell you that he loves you, and you will never hear it again. Okay? Most times. And he'll only pull out that I love you if things get kind of desperate. If you're holding out and all of that, he'll pull that out. I love you. I remember in my younger days, I dated this loony, and I told him that I wasn't looking to have sex with anybody that I wasn't in love with. Now, why did I say, well, I was young and didn't know any better, whatever. And he used that against me, talking about, do you love me now? Do you love me now? And see, with me being young, I didn't pick up that that's all he wanted from me was sex. It. He didn't care anything about me or my feelings or who I was or who I was trying to be or any of that. It was all about getting sex. That's all he wanted. Okay. So, ladies, you know that in hindsight, you learn a lot of things. So I'm hoping that, especially on this channel, I can give you some insight before it happens to you. If you listen, I can help you to navigate these tricky situations. The number one thing to do is stop having sex with these people. Okay? That is not your pathway to love at all. It's your pathway to be used and abused. Okay? Now, let's look at why these men would do this. Why would they take a chance on losing their fiance unless men who do that, maybe they choose a fiance who is a little slow when it comes to these things. Maybe the fiance never knows that he's brown cheated with other women. Or maybe she just turns her head to it because she wants to be married to him just that bad. There's a lot of reasons. All right. Some men have a fear of commitment, but they commit to an engagement because of family pressure, maybe religion, maybe the timing. You know, they're getting old, and people say, you know, you need a woman now to kind of take care of you. All right, so now they want to commit, because you'll find a lot of these old players out here. Now they ready to commit. I wouldn't take them. I wouldn't take them. Many of them have played away their whole life. Now they're going to come to you and tell you who they were at the top of their game. I hate that. When you meet a man, he going to tell you who he used to be. Well, you know, who are you now? It's what's important to me, not who you used to be or what you used to have and where you used to go and how you used to have it like that. No, I'm not interested in that. But those are a lot of old players. They come up short. So avoid them. Any man you meet that's going to tell you all about who he was, you don't want to deal with it. Okay? You don't want to, and what he used to have or where he used to live. You don't want to hear that. Okay. Now, although these men, when they get engaged, because they are locked in, they still want to know that they're desirable by other women. So they go out there, fool around, and like you said in the letter that you got stuck, well, that just fed his ego. You know, and that's why he's telling you to work it out, because he plans to dangle you through his marriage as a side piece. And he may have other side pieces. You might not be the only one. Okay? He's getting ready to drain you out, really. Emotional and physical unfulfillment. Now, some men, why they would get engaged to a woman and she is not fulfilling to his desires. We'll say this, whatever his desires are, she's not fulfilling. Of course, it doesn't always have to be sexual. Maybe she's not intellectual. And he needs somebody to stimulate him intellectually. and she can't do it. She don't have it. So then he'll go outside and find someone else. But why did he marry her in the first place? Maybe she has more resources than he does. So for him, it was a step up. Okay. And again, it could be religion, family pressure. It could be that he needed a wife for his position, whatever it is in life. Some people need that family picture. So he'll go on out and get engaged to somebody and work it out. Uh, and some men, they get up close to the marriage date, and then they get cold feet because I think they probably got engaged too fast, and they weren't quite ready for it, because women have a way of pressuring men to go to the next level. And you do. You give him an ultimatum. You either make a move or I'm out the door. Then he's thinking he doesn't want to lose you, but he's not quite ready to marry you or anybody. That's a big commitment, to be stuck with you forever. You understand? That can be scary for a man, especially if it's not totally his idea. Now, if the man comes up and say, "Baby, I love you so much, let's get married. Let's get married right now." Well, then that's different from you saying, either piss or get off the pot. You see, that's two different things. So that could be a reason why a man would venture outside his commitment for other women, because that would be kind of a relief for him, and not really having to face the truth that he's engaged to this person, because that can turn a man off after a while. He'll be looking at his fiance differently because he feels trapped in a situation. So ladies, my tip to you, especially if you are in a relationship and you would like to get married, let it be his idea to get married, not your idea. Don't push him to get married, because I think down the line you will have more headaches than you are aware of. Now, in some cases, it's simple. They want both. They want to be able to have their fiance right there, because, the fiance fits in several different occasions where he needs to be. For family occasions, he needs his fiance. When he goes to church or worship, he needs his fiance. If he's in some kind of office, he needs his fiance. Now, his side piece is just a plaything. She don't really have to fit in anywhere. Okay? But he'll just keep her dangling on the string, so he'll feel that he's desirable. There are other women that want me, you see, and he'll start treating his fiance kind of hanky, because he knows his side piece is always going to be there. Okay, so both women kind of feel the blunt of him cheating. The bottom line is, men who date while engaged are showing where their priorities and character stand. If he can't honor his commitment now, marriage won't fix it. Okay? So he's not marriage material. And so what I'm saying is, don't waste your time dating a man who's engaged. But to avoid the man fooling you in the beginning, don't have sex with him. Because most men are not going to pop that on you until you have had sex with them. Then they're going to tell you, "I'm engaged." Okay? And some men, if they're married, they won't tell you until after sex. Now, if a man is planning on hanging around with you and he's married, he will probably tell you right up front, well, look, I'm married. You see, he's still looking for sex, but he wants not a one night stand. He wants to see you kind of on a regular, and he's already made that decision in his mind. That's why he's telling you that he's married to see if you're going to go for it. But then on the flip side of that, these men who will come at you pretending to be single, but they want to sleep with you right away because you turn me on, baby. Well, once you sleep with them, game over. Now they're going to tell you that they engaged, they married, and they telling you that so you can back off. I hope that you understand the message today, and I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And if you're looking for today's affirmation, and I've come back with the daily affirmations and movement, click the link in the description and join me over there. I want to thank you so much for your comments and your letters, and a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.